Hi, Fenville Elementary. It's Mrs. DeRue. Hey, we're back to read some more Stella Diaz. Can you believe we've been doing this? This is our 5th day already. That's so exciting. You guys are doing such a great job. Tonight, we're going to read chapters 8 and 9. So make sure you get your book and turn to page 62. So last night when we read, Stella was trying to figure out better ways to communicate with people, right? So her friend Jenny was giving her some suggestions of what she could do. She could ask them questions. She could talk about things that they like to get to know people better. So let's see if that helped her out at all. Okay, so chapter 8. A week before Thanksgiving, Mom comes home from work in a great mood. Niños, want to go to Fantastic Time Machine? Our favorite restaurant is Fantastic Time Machine, but we usually only go for special occasions. Is it somebody's birthday? Asked Nick. No, just a good day at work. It can be our unbirthday party, though, if you want. Mom raises her eyebrows up and down. I jump and clap while Nick just shrugs his shoulders. Yes. Can I invite Jenny? I ask. She gives me the thumbs up and says, and Nick, you can invite Jason if you want. I like Jason. He's the nicest of all my brother's friends. They usually talk about comics and go for bike rides. I hug Mom around the waist and ask, can Jenny sleep over too? Of course. Boy, Mom must have had a great day at work, huh? I run to my room to call Jenny. It's going to be the best unbirthday ever. We leave to pick up Jenny and Jason on the way to Fantastic Time Machine and stop at Jenny's first. Her mom answers the door dressed in a uniform. Jenny's mom is about to go to work the night shift at a computer company. Remember where Jenny's mom works? At a computer company. She also does beauty treatments in the salon during the day when she's not too tired. Ms. Lee is strong like my mom, and she takes care of Jenny all by herself too. Hi, Stella, says Jenny's mom. Hi, Mrs. Lee. I'm almost ready, I hear Jenny yelling from the other room. Jenny told me once that when her parents first divorced, she had to share a bed with her mom. That's when she was living in a much smaller apartment. Jenny never let me see that place. I think she was embarrassed. I've never met her dad either, and Jenny never talks about him. Jenny has met my dad, though, and he took us to sushi last year. Thanks to Jenny, I already know how to use chopsticks. The sushi was tasty except for the wasabi. Wasabi is like a really spicy, like sauce or paste, which I thought was avocado. And I put the whole thing in my mouth while Dad was talking to the waitress. That was a bad idea. It turns out wasabi is not avocado at all, and it's very spicy, but it's green like avocado. I had to drink a whole glass of water and eat a bowl of rice before my eyes stopped watering. Not to mention, I had a runny nose the rest of the night. The sushi was also really expensive, more than Mom ever spends on dinner. I'm not really sure why. It looks like they didn't really have to cook it. The sushi's raw fish, right? Yuck. Okay, ready, Jenny shouts, running to the front door. Jenny's mom speaks Vietnamese to Jenny, and Jenny disappears again. I can't understand anything they're saying to each other. I wonder if that's how it sounds when I speak Spanish with Mom in front of Jenny. Jenny reappears with a plate covered in foil. Here, egg rolls, said Miss Lee. I beam. I'm the only friend who gets egg rolls to take home from Jenny's mom. Thanks, Mrs. Lee. They're always so delicious. She pats my shoulder. Bye, Stella. I happily carry the egg rolls as we walk back to the car. Now, Fantastic Time Machine looks like nothing from the outside, but it's amazing in the inside. There's red velvet everywhere with neon signs, and even the salad bar is neat because it's inside a red 1950s car. The coolest part is that all the waiters dress up in costumes as famous people and characters. They definitely stand out. Well, all the customers sort of blend in. In our section, there's an Elvis, at least 2 different Batmans, and Cinderella, and many more. My personal favorite is Einstein, you know, that famous inventor. The guy playing Einstein is young, but he's wearing a crazy white wig with a mustache, and he has beakers attached to his lab coat. Do you know what E equals? He asked me. Yeah, MC squared, I say. Indeed, E also equals excellent. Jenny whispers, you should be talking to Cinderella. She's glamorous. I roll my eyes. Jenny likes everything that's girly. Remember, her backpack's all glittery and sparkly. Nick and Jason like talking to Batmans. They argue over which Batman is better. Even Mom talks to Elvis for a little bit. I order spaghetti and meatballs. It's good, but not as good as Mom's East spaghetti. It's probably because they don't know about adding the extra sabor. Remember, that's flavor, like Mom does. It doesn't matter though, because we're having too much fun. After dinner, we go dancing upstairs. I typically don't like dancing away from home, but it's dark with really fun lights, so it's easy to blend in. There are a bunch of kids dancing too. I don't know any of them, so I don't care. We all drink Shirley Temples, which sounds like a grown-up drink. It's just pink soda with a cherry. In our group, it's mostly Mom, Jenny, and me dancing, although I do get Nick to dance with me for a second. After a little while, Mom starts to look tired and says, whew, long day at work. Keep dancing, girls. I'll check on the boys. She sits down next to Jason and Nick, who are playing arcade games. When Jenny and I are alone, we get pretty silly. Jenny and I start to make up crazy dance moves. I'm doing the monkey, says Jenny while swinging her arms around. I'm doing the shark, I say, and I put my hands together over my head. I'm doing the chicken, says Jenny, flapping her arms. Well, I'm doing the stingray, I say, then spread my arms out. We giggle. We keep dancing until I hear, hey, look, it's Stella Stairs. Who says that? You're right. It's Jessica. Next to her is her friend Bridget, who is in Jenny's class. I stop dancing and Jessica giggles. Nice moves. Bridget adds, yeah, for someone who can't talk. I turn Roja while Jenny pulls me away. Come on, Stella. It's gotten super boring here. Jessica shouts, good thing you've got your translator. What does that mean? It's a good thing Jenny's there to talk for Stella. Stella knows how to talk. She just doesn't like to talk to us. I'm slouching as Jenny and I leave the dance floor. I can still hear Jessica and Bridget laughing. We walk over to Mom. Nick is explaining to her the new comic he is reading while playing a race car game with Jason. Mom looks up at me. Everything okay, Stella? She asks concerned. Yep, just tired. How come Stella doesn't want to tell Mom what happened? I pretend to yawn, stretching my arms way above my head. Sometimes I can be a pretty good actress. Oh, no problema. After Nick finishes his game, nos vamos. So no problem. After Nick finishes, we'll leave. She grabs her car keys out of her purse. As we're leaving, Jenny whispers, why didn't you tell your mom? Oh, no, Jenny whispers. Sorry, not Jessica. Jenny whispers, why didn't you tell your mom? I shrugged, pretending that it didn't really bother me. Oh, well, we're all having a fun night, I say, lying through my teeth. I hate it when the kids make fun of me, but I don't want Mom to know. It's sort of embarrassing, and I don't want her to worry. Mom already spends all of this money to take us to Fantastic Time Machine. I don't want to ruin her night. When we get home, I persuade Nick to set up the tent in the backyard. He agrees only because Jason says he will help. That, and it's not too cold outside. Nick and I have set it up once before when we pretended we were mountain people in our backyard. We only ate jerky and berries because I remember reading that in Little House in the Big Woods book. This time, it's very different. Jenny decides that we should try to make it even more like a house. So we bring out the air mattress and pillows. Jenny wants to bring Poncho too, but I don't want to take him in the cold. He's a tropical fish after all. By the way, have you seen our betta fish in both offices? You need to check them out. This is much better than regular camping, she says. Yeah, best of all, we can run into the house and use the bathroom, I say, and grab more nail polish. I nod my head. I'm not good at painting nails, but Jenny likes doing it, and it always makes our nails look pretty. I need to practice because I'd like to be able to paint little cat and fish designs for us. Jenny falls asleep before I do, and I lay awake wishing I didn't have to go back to school on Monday. Then I come up with a better wish. I wish for a real fantastic time machine so that I could time travel. I'd travel back to earlier this evening and tell Jess off. First, I'd have to come up with a perfect comeback. Oh, I think and think, but nothing comes to my mind. Maybe I do stare, and maybe I do need Jenny to talk for me. So I decide I'd still travel back to earlier tonight, except I'd tell Jessica's parents to stay home instead of going out. That would work. Chapter 9. This year, my relatives from Mexico City come to visit for Thanksgiving. Even though we don't even celebrate Thanksgiving in Mexico, my family still likes to visit them. Actually, I kind of think they're obsessed with it. Mom uses all the recipes from the Betty Crocker cookbook, the most American cookbook there is, for our Thanksgiving meal, and my relatives get excited about it. American food is exotic to them, or like strange and fabulous. Still, our dinner is not just American food. Mom makes a couple of special Latin dishes like picadillo and elote. She also likes to have some of my relatives' favorite foods as snacks when they're here, like guava and pan tostada, which is sweet bread, and papaya. Remember that bulletin board that I was telling you about earlier? It has all of those cool new foods too on it, so check it out. It's down by Mrs. Happy's office. To buy the special foods, we have to go to another town. It's very different from where we live. Almost all the signs are in Spanish. It's a little far, so the only time we go are when we need to go to the store called La Sorpresa. Let's go pick up some supplies, things for our tia and abuela, auntie and grandpa, Mom says as she drives to our favorite store. La Sorpresa means surprise in Spanish. It's sort of the perfect name for the store. Even though it's small, it's filled with so many shelves that every turn is like a surprise. The biggest surprise happens when we get to the produce area. I see so many interesting vegetables and fruits. There are prickly pears, coconuts, yucca, and a huge banana called plantains that are not really bananas. I even see cactus. Wonder if you could find some of these new foods and try them with your family. That'd be exciting. People eat this? I asked Mom, poking at one of the cactus leaves. See, it's nopales. You like it. I go, this is nopales? You mean I've been eating cactus? I don't understand why I haven't noticed the tiny needles going down my throat. She laughs, knowing what I'm thinking. You take off the needles before you cook it. That's why. Phew! Nick grabs a piece of wrapped golden cake that looks like a pound cake, except it has some sesame seeds. Wait, this is a quesadilla, Mom? Oh, that's delicious. Grab some. They eat that in El Salvador. Your grandmother makes it sometimes. Mom's mom, my abuela, loves to cook. Because abuela grew up in El Salvador, she makes all the different dishes from Central America, Cuba, and Spain. She even makes Italian because some members of her family are from Italy. Boy, I'm happy about that too, because Mom knows how to make lots of those delicious dishes because of abuela. Probably eat spaghetti and albondigas, right? I thought quesadillas were with tortillas and cheese, said Nick. Yeah, they are, but that's a Mexican quesadilla. This is an El Salvadorian quesadilla. I get quiet as soon as I start thinking about all the countries that speak Spanish. There are so many, and all of them are different in their own ways. They have different foods and even different ways of speaking Spanish. I barely know anything about them, especially Mexico, where I'm from. Then I realized that as much as I think I might fit in better in Mexico than the United States, I really wouldn't. I know only a handful of things about Mexico from my family, and definitely not enough to make me feel like I fit in there. Poor Stella, she's not feeling like she fits in anywhere, is she? The truth is, we don't go back to Mexican City too often because it's very expensive to get there. I do know that Mexico City used to be the world's largest city. When I close my eyes and picture it in my head, it makes Chicago seem small. Mom used to say that when Nick first got to Chicago, he would say everything was flat and empty. He later changed his mind after we drove through Iowa. Mom, tell me about Mexico City again, I asked, wanting to picture where we came from. Oh, Mexico City is in a valley surrounded by two volcanoes. One volcano is called, I'm going to make this sound terrible, Popocatépetl. The other is Iztaccíhuatl. According to the Aztecs, Iztaccíhuatl is a princess and Tatepe is a warrior who protects her. She told me about the volcanoes a bunch of times, but I still love hearing about them. It makes me feel like I came from a place that's special and that I'm connected to that place through her. Mom continues telling us about her home as we stroll through the aisles of the grocery store. I see other families and smile at them. They smile back. I wish I felt more comfortable speaking with them. Still hearing so much Spanish feels nice to my ears. It's like a warm blanket. Plus, there are so many fun words that sound better in Spanish than in English, like cafe instead of coffee, or buenísimo instead of really good. Although I would never use both words in the same sentence because cafe is not buenísimo. It's gross. So coffee's not good. It's gross. I agree. I don't drink coffee either. Nick pushes the cart while mom grabs glass jars of pimentos. That's like the red things inside olives. And aceitunas off the shelf. If they weren't too hard to open, I'd eat the aceitunas right now. I love olives almost as much as I like albondigas. So aceitunas are olives and albondigas are what? You're right, meatballs. Next, mom searches for the guava and the cheese. Then she checks things off her list and scans down, pausing after a second. Oh my, your abuela likes matrimonios when we play cards. Mom's face lights up when she says abuelo. That's grandpa. Mom is very close to her dad. When my parents divorced, he stayed with us for a month. He even walked me to school every day. He's also the only person I try to speak Spanish with other than mom. That's because he lets me talk really, really slow and takes the time to listen to me. He's so nice that I don't even mind when he laughs at me for saying the words wrong or not rolling my R's. My mom reviews her list one more time. Oh, we almost forgot frijoles, she says, pushing the cart back. Frijoles are beans. At the aisle of the canned beans. As mom searches for the frijoles, I see a girl my age talking to her abuelo in Spanish. For a moment, I feel a little jealous. My jealousy is quickly replaced by a sinking feeling in my stomach. I realize that my relatives are going to be here tomorrow. I cross my fingers and hope that I wake up knowing more Spanish. Poor Stella, she's kind of caught between two worlds, isn't she? She doesn't really know a lot of Spanish, but she is Hispanic, and she doesn't feel quite comfortable speaking English either. Do you ever feel like that? I think it's cool if you can speak those languages. We're going to have to find out how Thanksgiving goes at Stella's house tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Bye.